Peter, tell us the story real quick of the loan that you took to, I believe, buy a car and then pay it back. Because I think most people here probably haven't heard that.
I wasn't about. Yeah, so what it was is I was just I was laying in bed one morning, and it was during the bull market when the price crashed to 17.5K, and I didn't have any dry powder because all my money was in Bitcoin. So I just went on my bank website and I was like, how much can I borrow just like that? And they were like 35,000 pounds. I was like, great, that's 2.5 Bitcoin, cool. So I just borrowed it instantly and bought the 2.5 Bitcoin. I think, that was like Bitcoin, $17,500. So I'm at least I'm a 2x there, 2.5x. But when the bank asked me what it was for, I was just like, oh, it's for a car. Because you couldn't put Bitcoin, they didn't say that. So I put for a car, and then like a bunch of idiots on Twitter got all upset, like, oh, you lied to the bank, you need to go to jail, you're a criminal, yada yada. I was like, are you Bitcoiners or what the fuck? Anyway, I did end up buying a car so they can jog on. But I just did a little kind of like Michael Saylor move one morning. I wish I'd borrowed more. I did try, but they have these checks in the UK, and I think because I did one, the other people would have seen I've just done one immediately, so they kind of have these panic moments to stop you keep borrowing loads of money.
Got it. And then when you got up above, what did you say, $58,000, you sold a little bit of Bitcoin and went and bought some supercars?
Yeah, so I bought myself an Aston Martin, I bought my dad a Jag, and I bought a Range Rover, and I bought my son a Mercedes. So I bought 4 cars.
What was the decision-making process, one, to when you decided to sell a little Bitcoin, and then two, which cars you were going to get?
Well, so what happened was I had a Mercedes, and I crashed it in a garage, just ripped the bumper off. And I was going to get a new one, and then I was just like, I didn't like the new model of the Mercedes, so I got a Range Rover, and then my dad had always wanted a Jag. He never had one as a kid because he put us through private school, so he never had any money. So he was due to renew his car, and I was like, "Well, do you want a Jag?" And he said, "Yeah." So I bought him that, and then I was kind of a bit bored of the Rangies, so I thought I'd get. Me and my son went out during the lockdown, and there was like next to the Lamborghini garage, there's an Aston garage. So we were looking at the cars. I was like, "Joe, that one's pretty neat." So I bought that, and then my son needed there's no real rush. I don't know. I'm just explaining. There's no thought process. My son needed a car, and over the last 3 years while I've done the podcast, he's been super helpful. Like, because all my interviews are in the evenings, because you Americans are a few hours behind. There's so many times where he's been like making dinner for him and his sister, or he's just had to sit around while I've been working. So I was like, I'll buy you a nice car. So there's no real like set plan. Some was bought cash. Some I sold a little bit of Bitcoin, but I rebought that Bitcoin. There's no real plan. I can't give you like a solid answer. I just bought 4 cars in the space of 2 months.
Hey, what people forget is you got to live your life. You got to enjoy it as well, right? You're sitting in Turks and Caicos drinking a pina colada right now. Like, screw us. We got to get your life.
Hey, this podcast getting kind of worked out, didn't it?
Hey guys, thanks so much for watching that clip of the Best Business Show. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications so you know when we go live every weekday, and then head to SoFi.com/pomp so that you can get an account and we can get after it.